Well, I don't worry about my masculinity. I'm aware that I'm a very effeminate man. Like, aside from my voice, which is quite deep, like, I am very aware that I am an effeminate person. Like, I'm fine with that. I was, like, in fairness, it kind of comes from my dad as well. Like, he's very metrosexual. Like, and also because, like, I idolize him so much. And the way he is around, like, fashion, and because he's a musician, and they're basically all just, like, kids in adults' bodies. So it just means that, like, we get on really well, and because of that, I've kind of adopted a lot of the way that he sees about masculinity. I've always been very open about my own mental health issues because I think that, like, at the end of the day, it's good to be open. You can get a good support network. Without that, I would be screwed. But because I've always been super open, because I never saw the point of really being anything else. I mean, yeah, I had people like trying to be, suppress your emotions, but the people I was really close with were like, nah, say whatever you want, I don't care. And there were times when I shut myself away, but I knew that no matter how much I didn't want to, there were people I could go and just go, oh yeah, this is happening. And I think that's really helpful because it means that at university, a lot of my friends have quite, not severe, but pretty bad mental health issues. And because of that, I've always been someone that people know they can come to because I've had struggles in my past and I'm super open with everyone anyway, probably too open. I think there's a big difference between empathy and sympathy. I think that it's very easy to feel sympathetic towards someone, but in actuality it's harder to empathize because at the end, like, how do you describe the colour red to someone who's blind? You can't. There's a kid I know who I go to university with who was like, how can you be depressed? Just go outside. Like, it's not hard, just leave your room. And it's like, he's lived a life where it's so charmed and everything's been so fine that how could he possibly understand what someone was going through? For that reason, it's really important that we teach people these core beliefs and ideas about, and education on mental health is so important because that way you actually can have empathy. You can't just go, oh, they've got bipolar, I feel bad for them, but not my problem, I can't do anything. Whereas if we actually understand what bipolar is, what it can do to people, then we're so much better off than everyone else just going, you got bipolar. It used to just be, I'd get so, like, I didn't have anger issues or anything. I would never lash out and never, like, and that's it. But I used to just get really angry, and then it kind of transpired into just like really depressed, just crying, like, this is pointless. I hate everything. It wasn't even upset. It was just like an emptiness feeling, like, what is the point? And I remember sitting in an ethics lesson, just not being able to concentrate on anything, just being like, I don't know if this is full-blown depression because I'm not upset, but I have this constant feeling in my stomach like I'm going to throw up and be sick. I don't care about, like, waking up tomorrow. I don't care about how life's going to pan out. I just, like, what is the point? And I went, my grandfather, like my grandmother's husband is a therapist, and I was like, I don't want to talk to you, obviously, but do you know anyone that might be able to help me? So I went and talked to therapy and then psychiatrist, and it was just when I was going, this is so fucking pointless, like, why am I even trying? And that is when, luckily, everything kind of got a bit better for a year, and then got worse, and then got a bit better. So, yeah, well, it's just like a hill. You go up a hill, and then you got to come back down again.